Come and see, friends. It is written in the Holy Zohar. At the head, Barish. In the beginning, in the wisdom of the king, he engraved. Bereshit behokmata de malka glyph. By decree of the king, Hod menuta de malka, he engraved engravings. Glyph gilufe. In the supernal tehiru betehiru ila'ah. In the hard spark. And from there they entered into the concealed of all concealments. From the head of Ein Sof, a vapor in a formless mass. In a formless mass, Begomla, he says, he struck into a ring, not white and not black and not red and not green and not any color at all. He says, when the Messiah measured, he made colors to shine within the hard spark. There went forth one fountain from which colors were imprinted below. A concealment within concealments of the secret of Ein Sof. It split and did not split. Its air was not known at all, until from the pressure of its cleaving there shone one supernal hidden point. Friends, it has been established that this passage has been heavily censored in modern translations of the Holy Zohar, translating Medid Mashiach as a cord surveyed, or when it began its measurements. But as we see here, Medid is the language of measuring, and Mashiach is in the language of measuring too, but it's not saying measuring twice, it's saying that the Mashiach measured. Why? Because it's in the secret of the head of the Ein Sof, which is Adam Kadmon. Okay? Adam can be permutated to say Aleph, Dalet, Mem, Adam, David, Mashiach, because this is the secret of the soul of Mashiach. David was given 70 years from Adam Kadmon. And this is a divine secret regarding the faith of Israel. Our sages tell us that when it says at the head, Barish, this is a hint to the soul of Rashbi, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, for Beit Resh Yod Shin permutates to Rashbi, as it is written in Imech HaMelech, the Gate of the King's Delight, chapter 52. Rabbeinu Naphtali brings down for us, he says, and regarding the 231 gates, front and back, and he says, and this engraving is alluded to in the beginning of the Zohar, Bereshit 15a. At the head, by decree of the king, he engraved engravings in the supernal Tehiru. And he gives us an interpretation, friends. Listen up. He says, an explanation. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, peace be upon him, hinted at in the word at the head. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, as in Rashbi, and he is a spark of Moshe Rabbeinu, peace be upon him. Both of them attained the level of Hor Menutah and dominion of the law of the engraving. They say Mamish just said, he says both of them attained to the Hor Menutah, to the decree of the king. When the Zohar says, by decree of the king he engraved engravings, who engraved? This is the secret of the Mashiach, the secret of the soul of Moshe Rabbeinu, whom also was in Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And he says over here, that was engraved and congealed in the mystery of a circle called supernal Tehiru. For his soul was a spark from the soul of Moshe Rabbeinu, peace be upon him, and in his generation, and his generation was a generation of Dot. Therefore, in the Zohar Parashat Shlech Lecha, he entered Gan Eden with his students, and there he saw the stature of the generation of the wilderness. Therefore, he said, and there was not a generation like this except the generation of the wilderness. And therefore he composed the Sifra Ditznuta in 5 chapters corresponding to Moshe Rabbeinu, peace be upon him, who wrote the 5 books of the Torah And it is also hinted at in his fleeing from the Caesar, from the Romans, in the secret of Tractate Shabbat. Shimon, since he fled, let him be executed, just as Pharaoh sought to kill Moshe, and he fled from before him, as it is said, and he delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And there Moshe attained his perfection in the wilderness, and likewise Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, peace be upon him, attained his perfection in the wilderness of Lod. And there Elohim was revealed to him. Friends, as you can see, Rabbeinu Naftali is revealing to us the root of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's soul, which is in Moshe Rabbeinu, known as the Ra'eh Mehemna. And when it says in the beginning of the Zohar, Parashat Bereshit, it says at the head, this is to hint at the level of the soul of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, at the head of the Ein Sof, in the secret of Adam Kadmon. I need to read you one more passage from Rabbi Moshe David Vali of blessed memory regarding this very passage in the Zohar. And he says, at the head, by decree of the king, he engraved an engraving in the supernal Tehiru. That is to say, he engraved an engraving in the supernal purity, because Tehiru has the root of Tahor, meaning purity. And this is the center which Ein Sof Baruch Hu established, when he contracted himself from himself. And at the moment it arose in his thought to create the worlds. That his thought is in the secret of Machshavah, in the secret of the head. That's why it says when Israel arose in thought, Israel can be permutated to say Lirosh, because they are rooted in the secret of the head of the Machshavah. And it says over here, the hard spark, this is the center point that he left behind, which was a mixture of light and darkness, judgment and mercy, in the secret of the rose that the Zohar opens up with ends. For from it all the creations emerged, and both are required for proper governance. It emerged into the hidden of the hidden from the secret of the Ein Sof, meaning this composite light emerged from the hiddenness of the Ein Sof and entered into Adam Kadmon, the most primordial of all primordials, which is the first of the created structures, just as Adam Harishon was below, so above. Everything follows a unified order and flow. Friends, as you can see, our sages knew the depth of this passage in the Zohar, that it was rooted in the primordial soul of Mashiach, in the soul of Moshe Rabbeinu.